Let me ask you, should only children of the wealthy have access to quality early education? Should only children of the wealthy have access to a college degree? The only answer, is no. By Lincoln Chafee.
Statistics regarding children in poverty are frightening in all aspects. We know that children from low-income families face increased risk factors in their educational life. We know that poverty affects student brain development, relationships with peers, and the ability to complete a formal education. What makes the difference for these children? What changes statistics? Sometimes statistics are wrong.
We worry about what a child will become tomorrow, yet we forget that he is someone today. By Stacia Tosher.
My name is Rachel Lavender, and I'm a physician assistant student at Drexel University. I attended Frederick Douglass Elementary School, Stepping Stone, in 94 to 95 when I was 4 years old to the age of 5. What I remember the most about being in Frederick Douglass was actually Miss Lewis, my teacher. I just loved coming there every day. I loved reading, I loved coming in, I loved when we would have story time. And another thing that I thought was really cool that I didn't have at home myself was we would come and we'd have these activity stations, being on the computer and playing activities, and just this virtual world that I wasn't exposed to at home and I wouldn't be exposed to without coming to class and being able to spend time there. And engaging with other kids on how to use computers and what that world was like, and just moving forward. So it was a look at technology that I didn't have at home. And it was moving into the formative years. I think that was such a foundation of having time with friends. More that my dad told me that education is one thing that he said in life that no one can ever take from you. So that's the one thing that you want to get. And he would always say how far it would take you to have an education. So he would say how important it was to try my best and to try my hardest. And he said Frederick Douglass would be a good place for me to be. And my sister had been there, and he loved my teacher, Miss Lewis, and he said that I would love her too. And I felt like it was just him trying to trick me into going to school, but he was right.
I was Rachel's preschool teacher. Rachel, her father, and I agree that preschool was the foundation that Rachel needed on her journey to success. Today, I am the proud preschool coordinator for Winchester Public Schools, and I agree with the research that indicates high-quality early childhood education programs can improve the educational outcomes of all our children, but particularly for low-income children. In Winchester, we are a diverse division with a proud history of providing preschool for some of our 4-year-old city residents. Unfortunately, we did not have the capacity to meet the preschool needs of our community, but we did have the desire to prepare all of our children for school, workforce, and life success. Our division, with the support of our school board, committed to seizing the opportunity that was presented with the announcement of the Preschool Development Grant, and what followed was the subsequent successful awarding of the funds necessary to add 6 classrooms to our 2 existing classrooms. Closing the readiness gap is essential for our children, families, and community. With our newly expanded program, we seek to be the example of a superior quality, comprehensive preschool program incorporating highly qualified staff, developmentally appropriate curricula, and learning environments aligned with early development standards. Children's early experiences are critical to their learning, growth, and development. Our program prepares children to enter kindergarten with the language, early literacy, math, social-emotional, and cognitive skills necessary for learning and early reading success. Children take individual paths in their learning and development. No two are exactly the same. That's why we strive to provide a variety of activities to meet the needs of students with different learning styles, different abilities, and special needs. A focus on language development of our English language speakers and dual language learners through proven strategies and instructional methods helps children develop oral language skills, and competencies through songs, poetry, read-alouds, specific pre-teaching of vocabulary, speaking and listening activities, retelling, and shared reading. The program provides a strong foundation for children's reading success by immersing children in a high-quality, language and literacy-rich environment with fiction and nonfiction books, charts, songs, and materials. Language and vocabulary are developed in the context of the theme and associated literature. The creative curriculum deepens the children's knowledge of themselves and the world around them using units of study organized around themes that are relevant to children's life experiences, helping them to connect in-school and outside school experiences. The active engagement of choice time in the preschool classrooms stimulates interaction between students and between students and teachers. Learning centers such as dramatic play, art area, block area, writing center, tabletop toys and games, library, discovery, sand and water, and music are structured to guide children's independent inquiries while offering choice. We believe that effective instruction is systematic, intentional, and supportive of the child. Therefore, there's a balance of teacher-directed and child-initiated explorations. Informal and formal assessments are administered on a regular basis and are embedded in the student day. They're designed to determine children's progress and abilities within each domain so that teachers can modify instruction as needed. Research clearly shows that teacher expertise improves the quality of children's education. Our teachers are involved in pertinent and frequent staff development to meet the needs of our students and give them the foundation for success in school and in life. Teachers maintain appropriate expectations, providing each child with the right mix of challenge, support, sensitivity, and stimulation. With their knowledge, skill, and training, our teachers, in collaboration with their families, can ensure that our programs promote and enhance every child's learning. Further, the teachers and the Family Engagement Coordinator seek to form relationships with their students and their families that are true partnerships. Ultimately, our goal is to engage families in school planning, leadership, and meaningful volunteer opportunities by creating roles for parents on all decision-making and advisory committees and properly training them for the areas in which they will serve. By conducting a survey of parents to identify volunteer interests, talents, and availability, we can match these resources to school programs and staff support needs. Finally, our vision is to connect students and families to community resources that strengthen and support students' learning and well-being. Through school community partnerships, we can facilitate families' access to community-based programs, for example, healthcare and human services, to ensure that families have resources to be involved in their children's education. We are currently establishing school business partnerships to provide students mentoring and on-site experiential learning opportunities. Our students are thriving despite the statistics.
It all started in pre-K. It started with someone believing when I said I want to be a doctor, Miss Lewis saying, okay, that's fine. Never doubting a child. I think pre-K, that's what it is to me. It's never doubting that a kid can succeed and that they will be what they say they will be one way or another. It's taking hold of what a child thinks and shaping that to the world and shaping it to them and making them ready for when they will go and continue in the formative years, going through elementary school, middle school, up to high school, and even to undergrad. I've used skills that I learned in pre-K my entire life. I don't think there's one thing that I contribute my growth in life that I can't say came from something that I learned in pre-K. Just how to be a friend, how to be a human being engaging with other human beings, little people growing up to adulthood. Honestly, it's just about being there, about being someone that will be there for others and to see others and to just see them early on. 4-year-olds to me are some of the smartest people, honestly. You learn so much from kids, and I think someone investing in a child that early it's ahead of the curve, honestly. You don't wait until a kid comes to middle school to say, okay, this child will be somebody, this child will be something one day. You start early, and you start with the kids that may not have that chance. You want to give them that chance. Every child deserves a chance. And I'm just fortunate that someone thought that I deserved a chance, that my dad knew that I deserved a chance, and that someone believed my dad enough to say, yeah, we know, and we will give you that chance. And I'm here now because of it. So I can't say how grateful I am for pre-K. I'm forever grateful for pre-K and for having that experience.
Life is not just a series of calculations and a sum total of statistics. It's about experience. It's about participation. It is something more complex and more interesting than what is obvious. By Daniel Libeskind.